kind of interested in it because I live near it, so I wanted to do a video on it, and hopefully you guys are just as curious as I am. So today I'm going to be telling you a few different things about solar eclipses. The first thing is, what the heck even a solar eclipse is. I'm going to be trying to talk as much as possible and teach you kind of what a solar eclipse is, what the heck it is at all, and how that even happens. Why does it look so cool? Why is it even happening in the first place? Number two is what it looks like. I'm actually going to have some footage from the last solar eclipse in this video if you are at all curious as to what it's actually going to see, like what you're actually going to see in the sky at that point. And number three is how to prepare for it if you are one of the lucky people that are living or are traveling to one of the places that are going to be able to see this thing. Well, I'm going to tell you how to prepare for it, how to actually look at it properly, and what to do when it is visible. So first, let's start off with what the hell a solar eclipse even is, because I had to do a lot of research on what the heck even a solar eclipse was and why it even occurs. So firstly, a solar eclipse occurs when the sun, the moon, and the earth are all aligned, or are in syzygy. Yes, syzygy. That is a word. I had no idea that was an English word. Never heard of it in my life, but it's spelled S-Y-Z-Y-G-Y. Who the hell made that word? The sun, the moon, and the earth are all aligned in one, or in syzygy. If you're in the dark part of that shadow that is being casted from the moon, you are in the umbra, and you'll be able to see a total eclipse, which is so beautiful. I'm actually going to put some footage of it on screen now. As you can see, it looks like sunset or even sunrise, but at this point I believe it's only like 1:30 or 2:30 p.m., which is just afternoon. Absolutely insane. It's crazy to see that kind of stuff, and just proves how beautiful nature really is. If you're in the light part of that shadow, you're actually in the thing called the penumbra, and you'll only see a partial eclipse. Let's get back to the footage for a second, and as you can see, it's going to slowly go from a total eclipse to a partial eclipse. It's absolutely insane how this looks. These eclipses do not last very long at all. I think maximum they are around 2 hours or so, but a total eclipse only lasts minutes. Minimum, I believe, 20 freaking seconds, which is not long at all, and maximum 4 minutes. It depends where it is you are in the country as to how long it'll actually be lasting and how long you'll actually be able to see a total eclipse for. So I'll leave an article in the description as to where it's actually going to be visible from and for how long. It's really cool. If you have a chance to view it, definitely go and do so. This solar eclipse is going to be the first glasses, not sunglasses, okay? Do not wear something like this, okay? They're freaking ugly. These are my dad's sunglasses. Who the hell even wears these anymore? I mean, look at these things. I look like I'm about to drive a freaking pickup truck and drink Bud Light while driving into the midnight. Like, what the hell are these things, bro? Do not wear sunglasses. Now, these solar viewing glasses do look a little bit goofy. I'll put them on the screen now. They kind of look like those old 3D glasses that you would get in the movie theaters if you're going to like see something in IMAX or something. They look super goofy, but they will super protect your eyes. Now, a little fun fact, well, maybe not a fun fact, kind of a bad fact, but you do need to know this. If you look at a solar eclipse without eye protection, it is possible to go blind from it. So, like I said, use those solar glasses and protect your eyes. I know there's going to be some freaking granddads out there that use these dumb things, okay? Don't, okay? I know they're like, my granddad never wears sunscreen, and then he complains when he gets burnt, okay? Do not be that guy. Wear your sunscreen. Wear proper eye protection. Don't go blind, kids. Now, according to NASA, if you happen to be Mexican, you're in luck, because the longest totality will extend for 4 minutes and 28 seconds, and that will be west of a town called Torreon. I think that's how it's pronounced. I could be wrong. Torreon, maybe, in Mexico. So if you happen to be living near there, you're in luck. You're going to be able to see it for longer than a lot of people. The first point of contact of the total solar eclipse will be in Texas, however. So if you happen to live there, you'll be the first ones to actually see this thing in person. Now, another fun fact about this solar eclipse is that the sun will be near its more dramatic solar maximum. I'm going to read a little excerpt from Time magazine here, kind of explaining this. We're in a very active state of the sun, which makes eclipses more exciting and means there is more to look forward to during the total phase of the eclipse. People should look for an extended active corona with more spikes and maybe some curls in it, keeping an eye out for prominences, pink explosions of plasma that leap off the sun's surface and are pulled back by the sun's magnetic field, and streamers coming off the sun. That sounds absolutely insane, bro. Man, I'm excited for this thing. Streamers are a beautiful shade of pink and silhouetted against the black new moon that's passing across the disk of the sun. It makes them stand out very well. So it's really just a beautiful sight to look up at the totally eclipsed sun. It's absolutely insane to kind of see these absolutely marvelous things in nature. Some stuff like this, stuff like the Northern Lights, there's things that are like, I mean, science can explain it, but when you look at it and actually marvel at it, it seems like it's preposterous. It seems like it's absolutely impossible, but it's crazy. Definitely check it out if you are one of the lucky ones here. I know I've said that a million times, but I can't stress it enough. The next time something like this happens will be in 20 years, so you're going to regret it if you miss it. Lastly, when this eclipse is occurring, 2 planets may actually be spotted, as well as a freaking comet, which is absolutely awesome. Venus will be visible 15 degrees west-southwest of the sun 10 minutes before last for around